Happy morning, students. Welcome to Booster 5 Secondary School online classes. Before classes, we talked about Unit 9 solutions. So, the Unit 9 solutions are completed. So, the next unit is Unit 10, the type of chemical reactions. So, in this class, we talk about small introduction to the types of chemical reactions. So, chemical reactions. What is mean by chemical reactions? The chemical reactions occur only with a change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas. That means that, for example, we have to take an into a chili powder. So, mix with the water. So, it forms a என்னது ஒரு மாதிரி ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது ஓகேவா ஸோ சில்லி பவுடர்ன்றது என்னது ஒரு சாலிட் ஸ்டேட்டு வாட்டர் ஆட் ஆனோடனே அது என்ன ஆகுது ஒரு லிக்யூட் ஃபார்முக்கு அதாவது ஒரு காம்பவுண்டா சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது ஸோ இந்த அதுல என்ன நடக்குது அங்க ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ரியாக்ஷன் நடக்குது ஸோ அதை நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம் chemical reactions. So rusting of iron. So this is one of the chemical reaction because what is meant by rusting? Already we know that. Okay. So the ion react with the air or moisture to form a reddish brown hydrated ferric hydroxide. Okay. So this is the rust of iron. So this is also a one of the chemical reactions. So this is the example of chemical reactions. So what are the factors affecting the chemical reactions? So the nature of reactant, concentration of the reactant, temperature, catalyst, pressure, surface of the reactants. So these factors are affecting the chemical reactions. So what are the types of reaction, chemical reaction? Combination reaction, decomposition reaction, double displacement reaction, reversible reaction, irreversible reaction. So these are the types of chemical reaction. One by one we will discuss about further classes. Okay. So chemical reaction means that rearrange the atoms and form a new compound. That means that what is this? Chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. What is meant by chemical reaction? Rearrange. Rearrange the atoms to form a new compound. So this is due to the chemical reactions. So for example, burning a petrol. So at the time burning petrol, hydrocarbons present in it. These hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and water. So at the time burning the petrol, what is hydrocarbons is present in the petrol. So the hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and what is this? Water. So this is the one of the chemical reaction. So due to the chemical reactions, what happens? Actually, what happens? What happens during chemical reactions? What happens during a chemical reaction. So, first point. In a chemical reactions, the atoms of the reacting molecules or elements are rearranged to form a new molecules. The atoms of the reacting molecules of elements are rearranged. Okay, rearranged to form new molecules. So, for example, methane plus oxygen, these are the reactants. So, react with methane and oxygen to form a new molecules. What is this? Carbon dioxide and water. So, methane formula is CH4 plus oxygen 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. So, CH4 கார்பன் என்னது இதுல இருக்கிற ஆட்டம்ஸ் தான் ரீஅரேஞ்ச் ஆகி நமக்கு என்னது நியூவா கிடைக்குது ஓகேவா ஸோ CH4 plus 2O2 ஸோ C carbon plus O2 carbon dioxide plus H plus O. So what is this? H2O. This is the water molecules. So the atoms of the reacting molecules of elements are rearranged. Not a new molecules are present in the chemical reactions. No. Okay. So present in the atoms. What are the atoms are present in the molecules or elements? So these atoms are rearranged to form a molecules. Okay. So the next point, what happened during a chemical reaction? Old chemical bonds between atoms are broken and new chemical bonds are formed. So the next one is old chemical bonds between atoms are broken and new chemical bonds are formed. So this is the one of the chemical reaction during the happened. Okay, so chemical bonds. So same example, methane plus oxygen. So these are the one of the bond. So to form a new chemical bond, so that is CO2 plus H2O. So methane plus oxygen is the old chemical bonds and carbon dioxide plus water is the what is this new chemical bonds. So this is the happen due to the what is this chemical reaction during chemical reactions. So the third one is bond breaking absorb energy, various bond formation release energy. So bond break ஆகுறப்ப என்ன ஆகுது எனர்ஜி வந்து அப்சர்வ் ஆகுது அதே வந்து பாண்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன் ஆகக்குள்ள என்ன ஆகுது எனர்ஜி வந்து ரிலீஸ் ஆகுது ஓகேவா ஸோ பிரேக்கிங் பாண்ட் energy is absorbed, break bond, absorb energy. Bond formation, release energy. Release energy. So these are the happen due to the chemical reactions. So the chemical reaction which describes the chemical composition, physical state of the reactants and the product and the reaction conditions. So these all the based on the chemical reactions. So, what are the factors influence the chemical reaction? Nature of the reactants, concentration of the reactants, temperature, pressure, catalyst, surface area of the reactants. So, these factors are influenced by the chemical reactions. So, the first one is nature of reactants. Nature of reactants. So, the nature of reactants influence the reaction rate because it is more reactive. Okay, so the nature of a reactant is influence to the reaction rate. For example, we are taken into the sodium and with hydrochloric acid. So the hydrochloric acid is stronger than the acetic acid. So hydrochloric acid is more reactive. So this is the influenced by the reactions sodium plus hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid is what is this? More reactive and influenced the sodium. So nature of the reactants is influenced. So the next one is concentration of the reactants. Concentration of the reactants. So what is meant by concentration? Already we know that in this lesson unit 9 solutions. So the amount of substance present in a certain volume of solution, that is called concentration. So same for the amount of particles is present in the reactions. So concentration means that the amount of reactants. So the amount of reactants present in the reactions, that is called concentration of the reactants. So more number of reactants is present, the reaction is different. So the concentration of the reactants is also influenced by the chemical reaction. The next one is temperature. The third one is temperature. For example, human body normal temperature is 39. Higher than the 39, we have to a fever. So same for the temperature high, the chemical reaction is influenced. Okay. So next one is pressure. So pressure, for example, human beings have a pressure. So ப்ரெஷர்ல என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு பிரெயின்லாம் அவ்வளவும் ஒர்க் ஆகாது, ஏதாவது பேசுவாங்க, ரொம்ப டென்ஷனா இருப்பாங்க. ஓகேவா? ஸோ Same for the chemical reactions. So the reactants are gases, so they increasing the pressure. So the reaction is also increases. Okay. So the pressure is influenced the chemical reactions. So the next one is catalyst. Catalyst. So the catalyst substance increasing the reaction rate. So this also influenced by the chemical reaction. So the next one is surface. Surface area of the reactants. Surface area of the reactants. This one of the factors affecting the chemical reaction. So the next one is types of chemical reactions. The first one is combination reaction. Combination reaction. The combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more reactants combine to form a compound. For example, A and B, these are the reactants. So, this A and B to produce a new compound, that is AB. So, AB is a, what is this? Combined product. So this reaction is called combination reactions. Further example is hydrogen plus fluorine combined to hydrochloric acid to form a new compound, that is hydrochloric acid. So this reaction is called as combination reactions. So the next one is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. So the decomposition reaction, a single compound split into two or more simpler substance under suitable condition. It is the opposite to the combination reaction. Okay. Same example. What is this? Hydrochloric. So same example, hydrochloric acid. We are taken into the, what is this? A hydrochloric acid put onto the chemical reactions. It is hydrochloric acid is split into hydrogen and chlorine. So this is the decomposition reactions because it is split into the two components. So it is totally opposite to the combination reactions. So the third type is, what is this? Single displacement reaction. Single displacement reaction. So single displacement reaction is a reaction between the element and compound. So one element and compound reacted to form a element reactant and new compound of an element. Okay. For example, A plus BC. A is an element, BC is a compound. A is an element, BC is a compound to form a compound, that is AC plus element B. So this is the single displacement reactions. So the next type is a double displacement reaction. The fourth one is double displacement reactions. So these reactions are taken into the two compounds are reacted. Okay. So if their ions are interchanged, then the reaction is called double displacement reactions. So for example, AB. So this one compound and CD is the one compound. So this AB and CD react to form a, what is this? The ions are interchanged, that is to form a AD and CB. Okay, so the ions are interchanged, that is AD plus CB. So these are the interchange. So this is the double displacement reactions. So double displacement reaction is further divided into two types. Okay, the first one is precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction. The next one is neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. So double displacement reaction is further divided into two types, that is a precipitation reaction and a neutralization reaction. So the next type is fifth one, types of chemical reaction. The last one is what is this? Compulsion reaction. Compulsion reactions. So it is one in which the reactant rapidly combines with oxygen to form one or more oxides and energy. So in the compulsion reactions, the atoms are react with the compulsory to the oxygen. So oxygen is one of the reactants. So to form a oxides and energy. So this is called as a combustion reaction. So these 5 types are based on the nature of rearrangement of atoms. So these 5 types are based on the or classified into nature of rearrangement of atoms. So direction of the reactions. So the chemical reaction classified into based on the direction of the reaction. There are 2 types, that is reversible reaction and irreversible reaction. Okay, so these are the small introduction to the unit 10 chemical types of chemical reaction. So in this class we talked about unit 10 types of chemical reactions. What is mean by chemical reactions? What happened during the chemical reactions? So chemical reactions occurs only with change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gases. So what are the factors affecting the chemical reactions? There are nature of reactants, concentration of the reactants, temperature, catalysis, pressure, surface of the reactants. So these 6 are the factors affecting the chemical reactions. So types of chemical reactions. So this chemical reaction is based on the what is this rearrangement of the atoms, that is combination reaction, decomposition reaction, double displacement reaction, single displacement reactions, compression reactions. So these 5 are the based on the rearrangement of the atoms. So reversible reaction and irreversible reaction. This is based on the direction of the reaction. So this is the overview for the unit 10 types of chemical reactions. Thank you, students.